Hey, and welcome to another episode of I Know Jax. I can't believe it, but it's true. When I looked in the calendar this morning, I realized that we're almost to the end of the year. I just can't believe it. It seems like time is speeding up for me every year. I have big plans for I Know Jax in 2018. I really do. For starters, a couple of weeks ago, I launched the I Know Jax Ambassador Program. And here's what I'm doing. I'm creating a group for people who, just like me, love exploring Jacksonville and who want to support everything local. We're putting together a group of volunteers who will get familiar with what goes on behind the scenes at I Know Jax and who will help me by working directly on special projects. Now, I'm looking for people who love everything local, and if you're comfortable using social media, well, you'll be perfect. You can find out more about the Ambassador Program and sign up for it at iknowjax.com/ambassador. Now, my first story this evening is fancy. No, it really is. We're visiting a gastropub and their food is really good. Just check this out. So I'm hanging out at Empire City Gastropub, and Korey here is going to make us something pretty cool, something pretty typical for a gastropub, right?
I think so.
So what is it, man?
We have a Scotch egg with a hollandaise mousse.
Sounds perfect. Let's go for it. Egg.
Scotch egg is a hard-boiled egg, and we have coated it in sausage and breadcrumbs, and we will throw it right in the fryer.
So it's meat on the outside and egg on the inside.
Yes,
sounds like awesome.
So what we'll do is we'll pop out the egg yolk. So we've made up a hollandaise mousse ahead of time.
Okay, that sounds fancy.
We'll pipe a good helping of that on there.
Well, the good thing about these is they're 0 calorie too, right?
Zero calories.
And
They are low carb though.
And then the stone ground mustard.
And we've got that mixed up with Duke's Brown Ale, so it's a beer whole grain mustard.
That's awesome, and that's got a nice local tie as well. That's cool. So tell me what we're gonna do next, man.
We have a beer battered pork belly BLT sandwich. We portion this up on a stick because things are always good on a stick.
Everything's better on a stick.
Heard that somewhere.
I don't know. Chef Korey dips the pork belly in flour and beer batter, then it goes into the fryer.
So we'll get our bread going for the BLT, kind of like grilled cheese. We'll get it going in the saute pan.
So you got a little butter in the bottom there.
A little butter in the bottom.
So you're using brie, huh?
Yes, sir.
Make it a little fancy.
Brie is good with bacon.
Brie is good with everything, isn't it?
Not even a matter of fancy. It just tastes good.
It just tastes good.
We don't really care about fancy here. We're more into what's a little bit different and tastes good.
Yeah. Well, you must know me well, because pork and brie, and what should we be drinking with that? Well, pretty much anything we want, right?
Pretty much anything that can cut out some of the fried stuff is probably good.
So what we got here, man?
We have a sun-dried tomato balsamic vinaigrette going on our spring greens.
Gotcha. That is kind of fancy.
That tastes good.
I'm from North Georgia. Anything that's not a bologna sandwich or a pimento cheese sandwich.
That I don't have.
You know. What inspired you to do Empire City to start with?
Well, I've always wanted to open a full-scale restaurant. We've had Epic Burger for about 3 years. It's been doing great. And I wanted a restaurant that was representing not just local cuisine. If we can use local purveyors, farmers,
sure,
that's awesome. But I didn't want to be tied down to the style of food to be Southern.
Right.
So Empire,
not just shrimp and grits,
not
right?
just shrimp and grits. So New York City, being a nickname, Empire City, melting pot, all different cuisines from all around the world.
So it gives you a broad palette, so to speak.
Anything that's good bar food, we're going to give it a stab.
I've got the awesome sandwich they made for us in the back. It's the beer battered pork belly BLT as well as the Scotch egg, and we've added to it some Korean rice cakes and bibimbap, which is made with some Wagyu beef, some of the best beef in the world from Australia. And then we've got our bourbon bramble to wash it all down. right here at Empire City Gastropub. Told ya, fancy, and also really tasty. Now, Korey also owns Epic Burger, which is one of my favorite burger places in town. When you go and try one of the restaurants we feature here on the show, make sure to let them know that you heard about them from Joe at I Know Jax. That's really gonna help me out when you do. Before the break, I told you about the Ambassador Program, and I was also talking about how you can help me out by telling restaurants you visit that you found out about them through I Know Jax. It really does help. Now, another thing I need help with is spreading the word about I Know Jax. Now, I know it's hard to believe, but there are actually people who haven't heard about I Know Jax yet. I know that not everybody likes to watch TV, and that's okay. I upload videos to YouTube and Facebook every week so that you can do that instead. And make sure that you subscribe to my weekly newsletter, The Insider, too. You see, the more people who know about us, the better. Like I say, the more the merrier. Now we're going to move to something completely different. Packaging. Now, I know a lot of people who really get into that during the holiday season, but I'm not talking about gift wrapping. We're going to talk about packaging and how it relates to wine. Okay, so here's what we did. To be a blind taste, we can't know what's in the glasses.
Okay.
So we had our lovely assistants that are off camera pour the different wines into the different glasses. And now we don't know which one belongs with.
So again, just for the viewers, so these are the 4 wines, but these, you know, the glasses behind them don't necessarily
do not
correspond.
represent anything other than.
But it's same wine, same wine, same wine, same wine, but not necessarily what you see in front of it.
So should we start on mine?
Well, let's start on your end, and we'll just get slowly
see what's what.
Tipsy by the by the end of it.
I see there's smaller pours over there. Somebody was thinking ahead.
Yeah, that's smart actually. What do you taste?
Citrusy.
Okay.
For me.
I get a good helping of banana.
Banana.
Yeah. Good helping of banana.
Banana citrus.
Green apple. Yeah, it's a green kind of sour apple.
Yeah.
Finish
Smith.
Finish isn't too bad. Finish is kind of medium.
Got a little bit of a bite.
Yeah. Not too bad. I mean, not too heavy, right? None of that oaky buttery. No. I mean, really, I would say
not heavy.
Next to no oak there. I don't really get any oak out of it at all.
No, none.
A little bit of tropical fruit, a little bit of pineapple, I think. Okay.
Yeah, citrusy, fruity.
Right.
I will try the next
Number
one.
2.
We're going to be real happy by the end of this one.
Smells like a wet dog to me. I don't know.
This is your glass.
Is it? No, it isn't.
It does smell weird, doesn't it? Is wet dog a classification?
Yeah, it's not good.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't like that
well,
either.
I prefer that one. It's all right but compared to.
That's like soured pears or something.
It's like licking a wet dog, and I think the alcohol's heavier. It'll give you that warming kind of sensation.
Yeah, I mean you can see the legs on
at
it
the
too.
back.
That's got a little more.
There you go.
alcohol, maybe.
The legs, but the.
I didn't like that.
No, I didn't like that.
I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
We're going to be insulting somebody here. I don't care.
Yeah, no, I don't. I almost want to go back to this just to. Yeah.
Was it really as bad as you
something
thought
wrong
it
with
was?
Yeah, no, I was actually kind of surprised. I thought everything was going to be all right, but this is actually pretty.
No, that's pretty crap.
It is pretty crap.
We can say crap on TV.
It's like,
Okay.
I was
All right, let's move to the
going
next
to go
one.
worse than crap.
So this one's next. That one doesn't smell like a wet dog.
Doesn't smell like a wet dog. I always get more like caramelized apples, caramelized pears.
Yeah.
A little bit more oak.
Granny Smith.
A little bit more full-bodied, definitely than the wet dog.
Oh yeah. I like this one better.
Yeah, a little bit more.
It's my favorite so far.
Yeah, I think a little bit more sweetness to it.
Yeah, doesn't have that little bite the other one had. Oh, that mine? Sure. No wet dog there? That was weird, wasn't it?
The wet dog? Yeah.
I already know my favorite. This isn't it.
Smells like salami. I don't know. I'm getting almost a meaty kind of. This is really weird. Like I'm not. Wet dog isn't salami. Like pepperoni almost. That's weird.
It's
on the nose.
It's not much better on the palate.
No.
He has to make all those funny
It's almost
noises.
kind of spicy. I know.
It
It makes
has
me look like I know
little-
what I'm doing.
little peppery.
I'm taking this very seriously.
Little
You know.
peppery. I'm
this
just
is
going,
kind of.
crap,
I know
crap.
you don't give a but. Don't like that.
That's my
That's
favorite.
no good. I'm down with you actually. I'm surprised.
We agreed?
I'm really surprised
We agreed on something.
That's terrible.
No, this one we just want to stay away from altogether. This one's my
I actually
favorite.
quite like that one. You go first, second.
Yeah, and then forget
First,
the
second.
other two.
Those can
Yeah,
just
disappear.
die a horrible death.
All right, so now here's what we got to do. We got to figure out which one this was.
All right.
Can we do the
So we
reveal?
got do. Okay.
They're written on
Yeah,
the bottom.
You're right.
It's the flask.
The flask. Flask in number one.
This one.
All right, that works.
Now, okay.
Okay, so let's put them in front of what we got here.
all
So
right.
that's okay.
This was number 2,
That's number one. Okay, that's what's number 2 is
green.
green.
Green
is-
box. This one.
Oh, okay, kind of interesting.
And let's see.
What was the wet dog?
The wet
what was the wet
dog.
dog? Let's just destroy some winemaker
That's the
here.
stack one?
Stack.
Oh my
That
God.
was bloody awful.
Now,
I mean,
here's the thing. This is almost going in the order I would have done if it hadn't been blind. If
Yeah.
I'd have just picked it by the packaging, I said that would be
you know,
the best
even me,
one.
honestly, I kind of thought this one would have done better because I really like Mendocino wines, Mendocino County.
Not so good.
So that was there, right? So,
Yep.
so number 1, number 2.
Two.
Yeah, I got 3, and that
last.
was just terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's.
It's probably, but the thing is, the one thing we both noticed, that has more alcohol in it.
Yeah,
I would think
well,
so.
it's- yeah,
Or
it's-
it has a more alcohol
That was
taste,
just
right?
that was. I mean, I don't think it's the plastic packaging as well. I mean, we got okay. So this is aluminum.
Aluminium.
Aluminium. Okay, and then compared to like 2, I guess Tetra Packs.
Right.
On those, and this is. I mean,
But I don't think the packaging had anything to do with the taste.
I don't know. Anytime I've tasted, wines that are in, plastic single-serving kind of containers, it's
Never tastes that bad?
It's never been good, and I actually thought this was going to perform better than it did.
The wet dog didn't do well.
No, it's bloody awful. Actually,
He keeps going
I
back
can't.
to it.
It's actually kind of unbelievable how bad it is.
Look at that face.
I am kind of shocked. I'm actually. It
I'm going
does
to
make
drink
me
the
kind
good
of angry.
stuff
Yeah.
because
Okay.
forget the crap.
Yeah. Really. Okay.
All right. Well, I think we had a very successful blind tasting
I
here.
think so.
I think so.
I was quite happy with how that
It
went.
means that our prejudices are probably right.
True.
That's what I learned.
Yeah,
with
that's
that
what we
one.
came to. Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes a book.
Yeah,
be
you can
judged
tell a
by
lot
its cover.
about a book by its cover.
Yeah, how about
okay,
that?
Yeah.
We'll see what we do in the next one.
Cheers to that.
Here at Know Jax, we do our best to support local businesses in the community. Visit our website to find out how we can help promote your business on iknowjax.com.
Call Joe directly at 904-345-0755 or visit iknowjax.com/advertising.
I've been out and about filming a lot of different stories in Jacksonville lately, and those of you who follow me in social media have seen my exploits. Now, even though we're in the midst of holiday season, there's a lot happening around town. Here's Tracy.com from the TDC Experience to tell us more.
I am Tracy.com, your official funologist, and here's something new on my radar, Riverfront Live. This and every Thursday, Doubletree Riverfront is hosting happy hour with live music and food and drink specials from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. Also every Thursday, Keith Marks hosts the Avant Radio Show on 89.9 WJCT at 11 p.m. It's curious music for the curious mind. And if this promo shot doesn't make you curious enough to tune in, then I don't know what will. Jags, go Jags, go! We are in the home stretch of one of the best seasons in a very long time. Frustrating at times, but still on the winning side. Don't miss the Jags' final regular season home game against the Texans at 1 p.m. And keep an eye out for the cat signal. That's right, fireworks go off 25 minutes before the game to remind you to get in the seats. And here are my top 3 Christmas events. Winterfest at Adventure Landing, ice skating, an ice slide, Santa, and s'mores, now through January 8th. A Christmas Carol at the Alhambra Theater and Dining. It's Scrooge on stage, and a feast fine enough for Tiny Tim on your table. Matinee and evening performances today through Christmas Eve. And Nights of Lights in St. Augustine, a top 10 sight to be seen, so saith National Geographic, and I agree. These are a few of my favorite things. Let me sing that. These are a few of my favorite things. What are yours? Visit facebook.com/the TDC Experience and let me know. And remember, if you're bored in Jacksonville, it's your own fault.
Last weekend, I was at the Jax Truckies Food Truck Championship at Hemming Park. It was an absolutely gorgeous day. We couldn't have asked for better weather. No, really. I was a judge in the taco category. They had several categories for all the food trucks. And in the taco category, well, Blazing Asian was the winner. But honestly, all the food was really, really good. It was not an easy task for the judges. Now, also last week, the Harlem Globetrotters were visiting, and this week marks the start for the Jacksonville Giants season with their first home game at the Veterans Memorial Arena on December 15th. Now, a sure sign that the holiday season is approaching is the annual Riverside Avondale Luminarium. Many of my friends are looking forward to that one every year. That's when the whole neighborhood dresses up in its holiday finest and light the luminarias on the sidewalk. That's happening on December 15th as well. Okay, after all that, I think it's time for you to relax, kick off your shoes, and get your brain some exercise.
Hey, this is Steve with Trivia Nation. It's time to get your think on. What is the only metallic element on the periodic chart that is a liquid at room temperature? Again, what is the only metallic element on the periodic chart that is a liquid at room temperature?
Find out what's going on in our area with I Know Jax. We focus on the fun side of Jacksonville. And check out our website at iknowjax.com too. I Know Jax. Eat local, drink local, and be local.
All right, before the break, we asked you, what is the only metallic element on the periodic chart that is a liquid at room temperature? Nice work if you knew that that was mercury. Please join us at any of our 50 locations in Northeast Florida. Just go to trivianation.com for more details.
Thank you, Steve. No, thank you very much, sir. That was an excellent question, if I may say so myself. I was so happy you left baseball and sports behind this week to give me a fighting chance. This was actually a question I knew the answer to. I know, amazing, right? Come on, guys, just let me brag a little bit. I guess I was just lucky. Well, after all, I am a bit of a geek, or maybe really a lot of a geek. It depends on who you talk to. Don't listen to my wife. Steve will be back next week with another trivia question, so make sure you're ready for it then. That's it for this week's episode of I Know Jax. Thanks for hanging out with me all the way to the end. Remember to go to iknowjax.com to sign up for the Ambassador Program and for our newsletter, The Insider. I'll be back next Sunday at 6:30 p.m. for another show if you're watching me on TV. If you watch me online, you can find me on iknowjax.com already on Saturday. Have a great week. I'll see you next weekend, but before then, I'll see you on the internet.